Your plan is to be, if I get married, I should be a housewife. Which-
31.
All right. So you've heard what I've been talking about tonight. What do you think about the subject?
It's very relevant. I feel
Are
that
you
I have not prepared myself to be a wife. So
okay?
I'm just looking for some tips and strategies of how I could, move forward.
So do you want to be a partner, or do you want a partner, or do you want to be a wife?
I want to be a wife.
Okay. I always ask this question. Why?
Um, I do want children. I
Okay.
want a family. Um, I understand that, when retirements hit, I'm going to need, that additional support. But mostly the family component and having children. Also having someone um, consistent sexually
Mm-hmm.
um, that, I can just move forward with. I'm
Okay.
sorry, I'm a little nervous.
That's all right. You're just talking to me. Okay. So what I did not hear, I heard you want the kids, and I heard you want a life partner and not to be out here having random sex. Okay. What I did not hear is the man.
Oh, I thought that was implied.
What are you
So
gonna?
yes,
The
I want
man
the
gives you
husband.
have the kids, you have the sex, but what are you going to do for the man? Let's start here. Were your mother and father married?
They were divorced.
Okay. What did your mother teach you to do for your husband?
Nothing, honestly. We have never had that conversation. And,
What do you
as
think?
I
What do you?
continue to listen,
What do you think? What do you think? What are you going to? What do you think you should do for your husband?
um, be supportive, make sure all his needs are met, ensure that, when he comes home, he has a hot meal, be flexible, be compassionate to his needs,
Do you
make
know how
sure
to
the house
cook?
is taken care of.
You know how to cook?
Yes,
You have a cookbook?
I have a recipe book,
Cookbook, recipe book. How many recipes in there?
um, about 15 that I use regularly.
All right. Now, you be supportive. Make sure the house is clean, even when you're working a 40-hour week job with those kids.
Well, I don't really tend to do so,
You don't tend to work.
not to that capacity,
Uh, you want to be a
possibly
so
just part time
you want to be a housewife.
or just work part time.
You want to be a housewife.
Yes,
How many kids do you want?
to
What state do you live in?
Georgia,
How tall are you?
5'5",
Dress size?
6,
How much did you weigh last time you weighed yourself?
155.
And you're 31?
Correct.
All right. Have you ever dated a man that made $275,000 or more annually?
Yes,
How long did you date?
about 6 months.
How old were you when this happened?
25, 26.
And why was it 6 months?
He wasn't really ready for a relationship.
Okay. And you were at that age?
Yes, I
You ready to
think
be?
so.
You ready? Okay. All right. And the next person you dated after that person, how long did that relationship last?
7 years or a little less, 6, 7. We were still kind of messing around in between.
So it just kind of ended,
Correct.
but you weren't married.
Correct.
How much did he earn?
About 70K.
Okay, ma'am. If you believed you were ready to be in a marriage at 25, There's no way in hell you would have been in a relationship with 6 years with somebody.
That's true. Now that I think about it, I really wasn't.
But less than 2 minutes, you just said you were.
Because I really wanted it, but, like, when you really
Wanted,
get down
I said,
to yes,
You just told the truth. You said it ended with him because he wasn't ready and you weren't ready, as evidenced by you getting with somebody for 6 damn years.
true, but it was
There's
just so
no
much
but,
in the
there's no
relationship.
but, there is
You're
no but.
right.
Huh?
You're right.
I
It's
know
no
I'm right.
but.
I know I'm right. There's no but. And ma'am, I got even more bad news for you. You ain't a wife
Mhm.
today.
I know.
You still got that dude's DNA all over you. Ma'am, the relationship, when's the last time you talked to him?
New Year's.
When's the last time you had sex? In the last 12
New
months?
Year's. New Year's, yes.
Then no man in his fucking right mind would touch you with a 10-foot pole.
I understand that, but that's why I want
You
to
need
take this time to learn
therapy.
how to be a
You
wife.
need therapy. No, you're not. No. You need therapy
Okay.
because one, you had a 6 year relationship that was with somebody that wasn't going nowhere. You were off and on. That ain't normal.
Okay.
And to be a wife, honestly, man, you're not. Can you become one? I don't know, but it's too soon.
Okay.
You don't go from a 6 year relationship and somebody you were kicking it with and you were just together a month and a half ago.
I get that.
And unfortunately, just because the clock may be ticking, these thorough kind of men, they're going to sniff this out like that. And this is why I think it's interesting. You ladies always seem to think it's the problem is with the men. If you were raised to be a girlfriend, that's okay. But why we went this deep into it is because you want to be a housewife. No.
Okay.
I mean, but understand, housewives are very rare. That's like what? 26%, 74% of mothers in this country work full or part time. You don't want to work. So a man has to make the kind of money to take care of the kids and you.
Mhm.
These men have high standards. Do you The last man you were with had you for 6 years and he was making 70,000. Ma'am, that's your upper limit. That's it. And that's really that's almost twice what the average man makes. I got a question for you.
Mhm.
Serious question. If you got married and had kids, could you get married and have 2, 3 kids with a man and you still had to work 40 hours a week?
Um, it will be challenging. I
The
feel,
answer
you
is
know,
yes or
to
no. The answer is yes, I could get married and
no.
work. Okay. So this is another one, and then the hell with you too. The hell with you too. I get
Okay.
tired of our women sitting back thinking that a man is only good enough to be your husband if he can retire yourself.
Mhm.
Every time y'all say something like that, you shit on average men.
Well, that wasn't my
I
intention.
don't care if it was your intention, ma'am. You just basically said, if I gotta work this is hard with a man, I'll stay single. That's why your mothers and grandmothers have screwed y'all up.
Execute
You
Order
said specifically 2 or 3,
66.
right?
Say again?
You said, "Would I be able to have 2 or 3 kids?" Right? So, I consider that, okay, possibly 1. I think we'll be okay with that. And also
No,
mention I said I didn't mind.
one kid is not a good thing. I'm an only child. You don't want to do that to a kid.
Okay.
Why did your grandmothers and great grandmothers have 6 and 8 kids, and they damn sure worked harder than your tender ass in the heat with no cars. Why could they do it?
You're right.
In Georgia? And the answer is the way I've been raised to think is a man is supposed to make my life easier. If I got to work just as hard or harder with a man, that ninja ain't worth it. So that's why you don't get a family, you don't get kids, you don't get a legacy, you get a dog and your own funeral plot. Get ready for it. Because unless you change your mind about how you view average men, we ain't going nowhere as a community. Because man, you're right there on the curve. You're a- average cute, but you're not no $300,000 plus housewife. It's not an insult. But what you said about I gotta work and have kids, because I asked the question 3 different ways. I asked it
Okay.
before this last time where I dropped a hammer. I asked it about 10 minutes before, a different way, and the answer was no. I don't. I don't plan to do that. Your plan is to be. If I get married, I should be a housewife. Was your mama a housewife?
No, but remember I said I don't mind doing part-time.
No, full time. Do you have to work full
Full-time,
time now? Do you have to work full time now?
absolutely.
Well, and what when think about this, what practical sense does it make for you to work full time until you are 65 by yourself with no support system, no network?
I would
Why does that listen? Why does that make sense? In not working the same full time with a husband, another in-laws, an extended family, and kids. One way you
I
get
don't
a whole group of people. This way you get you.
I
Why
don't
does
mind doing so. I just wanted to make
ma'am,
sure that I could provide for my
ma'am?
family as
I
well.
don't buy that, and nobody in the chat room buys that.
Okay.
I don't
But
buy that. I don't buy that, ma'am, because I've asked the question 3 different ways, and you have not. Just like I asked you at 25, were you ready to be a wife? You said yes. You are as firm as Jello. And women who are wives and serious have a foundation. You changed your opinion. You've said different things. This is like a high school girl. There are many things I'm judging and many things I'm evaluating. Go back and watch this segment and look at how flexible your positions were. You'll just say whatever you need to say. Who are you? Do you think honestly, let's turn it down a little bit. Let's turn it down a little bit. Do you think the women of our community back in the 50s and 40s and 20s and 10s were more serious at age 31 than you are?
yes.
Then that's the standard. Not what men think, the women that came before you. Y'all are out here playing. Hot girl summer, city girls, we up. Y'all out here fucking
Mm-mm.
playing. And life ain't playing with none of y'all. At 31, they had kids and families and was on to grown shit. Y'all still out here trying to worry about getting your nails done and your hair right,
Mm-mm.
and then you expect a man to get out of here. What kind of professions would a man need to have to legally earn $300,000 or more?
His own business. VP, executive VP, a
Professions, ma'am.
director.
Professions, not titles, professions.
Um, so maybe within business and our trucking, owning their own trucking company.
Okay.
Perhaps a marketing company, a technology firm,
Those aren't professions, but
or in
okay.
technology.
What in technology? Give me the profession.
I would say like a technology VP.
A technology VP is not a profession. It's not even a title. You know, a profession is a criminal defense attorney, a neurosurgeon, a cardiac surgeon, an oncologist. Those are professions. You're giving me bullshit titles.
Okay. Well, thank
What?
you. Now I
What?
know the difference.
No, but the thing is, how you going to get a man earning that kind of money? You can't even identify what they do.
I understand. So my purpose was to really come to see I know exactly where I am and I wanted to move forward. So I wanted to have any tips or advice
Yeah, I
for
know
how
what
I
you
could
want.
prepare
You want
myself
all
to do
that. Don't
so.
don't 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 do that. Don't do that. That's not going to end well for you, man. Don't get upset
Okay.
with me because you made yourself look like you are. That ain't my problem. That ain't my problem. You came on here with your Jezebel shit, being a chameleon ass imposter, then you don't get mad that you made yourself look silly.